Hey guys, in this video we are going to take a look at using felt to create simple add-on accessories for a variety of Halloween costumes or costumes that you can use for just basic dress up and play. So you can see some examples right here. I have some that we've already featured in patterns and in some blog posts, and then a new one that we're going to work on today. So you can see this cute little treat bag that we have. This is a free tutorial to just make a basic hand-stitched felt treat bag that you can use any color combination, any character symbol, anything you want on it to create a cute little bag, the perfect size for a doll. And then we also have up here this hat from the pumpkin costume. This is created out of felt and pipe cleaners, and it mimics the top of a pumpkin with some little curly stems that poke off the top. So that's a fun one, a cute accessory, easy to add on. Then we have this little mask over here on the right. This is created from Miss K's Closet Halloween Masks and Treat Bags pattern. This is adorable. I love the detail in here. Jerry did a wonderful job creating this mask and all of the masks that are in that pattern. This is a fox, there's a unicorn, dinosaur, a couple other different animals. You can kind of pick and choose using these shapes to create something like a cat or any other little animal with the color combination that you can choose. And you can embellish and accessorize this with a variety of things. But this is adorable. I just wanted to be sure to show it to everybody. This is a great pattern. And here are a few examples too of the combinations that we've come up with. We used the dresses that we did in the prior tutorial and paired them with two really cute unicorn masks. So we have a little bit of a princess unicorn look. I love the way that this all came together. Now, the one that we're going to work on today is this cute little flower headband. So the basic idea of this simple costume add-on is to use basic pieces like a t-shirt and leggings. This top right here is made from the Piccadilly sweater. It has a waistband, which is just a nice finish, the raglan sleeves. It makes it easy to sew, and it looks great paired with leggings or pants, jeans, anything that you want. So you can do this with the free t-shirt pattern or the t-shirt variations pattern, the Piccadilly sweater pattern, leggings, the basic pants as your main staple pieces, and you set those up and do those in the colors that work for your costume. So for this costume, we've chosen a nice green knit fabric, and then I have my pattern pieces laid out. I've cut out my pattern pieces and sewn up the top and the leggings ready to do this costume. So I'm going to walk you through a tutorial to make this headband exactly as shown. And then once you've gone ahead and followed that, feel free to turn this into whatever you want, whatever type of flower you can dream up or something that you want to replicate. There's a variety of things that you could do to extend the lengths of the petals or use different fabric choices, add some glitter, anything like that. But for now, let's get started on this simple headband pattern. For the first step, you're going to cut a strip of the green fabric. So I've gone ahead and used the same knit that I've used for the top and leggings, but you could also use green felt for this step as well, which works great because it doesn't fray. This knit also doesn't fray, so this works for this particular project. The green strip is cut 11 inches long by 3/4 of an inch wide. Then we're going to work to cut out all the petals. I'm going to cut out 11 of each petal, the large petal and the small petal. I'm going to do the small petal in the light pink and then the larger petal in this hot pink. My small petal is just inside an inch, so I'm going to cut a long strip of the pink felt as a 1-inch strip, and then I'll go in and just trim out each petal. These petals are pretty small, so I'm not pinning them. I just have my strips stacked, and then I'll just work my way down the strip until I have 11 petals cut out. Or I could just cut out the whole strip and have extra for a second headband. And then for the large petal, I'm going to cut a strip that this would fit inside, and then I will stack it to cut out all my petals. I find it's helpful to cut your curve all in one motion so you don't have a jagged edge. Then the last thing that you're going to need is 2 pieces of 1/4-inch ribbon cut 6 inches long. So you can use any ribbon you want, satin ribbon, silk ribbon, anything that ties easily. It could even be narrower cording, something that's easy to tie under the chin. So we have all of our pieces here ready to go. Now we're going to take the pattern pieces. You'll notice on each of them that there's a 1/2 inch marking at the base in the center that goes straight up the middle. That is for you to clip into each petal right up in the middle, a 1/2 inch. So you're going to do that on all the petals, and then we're going to overlap those just about 1/4 inch as we place them on the headband so that they fold slightly like a petal. So you could probably stack these and do quite a few at the same time. I have 4 layers right here. I'm just going to snip right into that. That is my snip at the middle to overlap those. And there on the smaller petal as well. Now for the next step, you're going to want to place your green strip flat, and then we're going to set all of our petals across in a row just to make sure that we get them evenly spaced as we fit them onto this head piece. Now remember that the base of each one of these is 1 inch wide, but it is slit and we're going to overlap it, so they're going to come in tighter and they will fit all the way across this green strip. Now I'm going to bring in my double-sided quilter's tape or Wonder Tape. These are 1/4 inch wide, 1/8 inch wide, and they are sticky, clear sewing tape, and I'm going to use them to place all the petals before we just go ahead and stitch them down. But this will help to hold them all in place. So I can run one long strip of this tape the length of this piece and just place it right on there. So we'll stick that down, tear it off. I'm just going to peel off the paper. Then you can see here we're left with that sticky residue. Then we can place the petals all the way along the strip. So again, I'm just going to overlap these about 1/4 inch. It will cause that to fold up, and I'll just set it on there, and then I will work my way to the next petal. And these can be pretty close, overlapping the tops of the petals as we set them down. Just put the base of the petals right next to each other. Then next we're going to run another row of the tape. I've done the 1/4 inch tape again. You could do either. You could also use a glue stick. Just wait for it to dry before you run it through your machine. So here we have that 1/4 inch tape down, and we're going to take all the smaller petals, folding these ones just overlapping about 1/8 inch to create a little bit of a rounded shape, and we'll set those right in the center of every larger petal. Now you can see this taking shape. You could do a lot of things to embellish this while you're creating these petals. These are simple felt or flannel fabric, but you could use glitter glue around the edges. You could have tulle inside here to really add a little bit of glitz or sparkle to your flower as well. Then at this point, you're also going to want to tuck in your ribbon ties. So I have this pulled open. I'm placing this inside here about 1/2 inch up, and I'm just going to tuck that in there. You want to make sure that you have a good portion inside here in your stitching line to enable this to have a lot of strength, so that as this gets tugged to be tied, it doesn't pull out of this stitching. Now I'm at the machine. I have it set with my standard presser foot. I'm just going to sew a straight stitch. I have it threaded with a brighter green thread to just tie these two greens together. I'm going to start sewing at the center of my headband. So this is at petal number 6, and I'm going to sew down and then pivot the corner to have a cleaner finish right here at the front of her face, which this will be right under her chin. So I think I will have better luck coming down and pivoting and then having a single back stitch to end this than trying to start it right here and work my way up to the other side. I've gone ahead and increased my stitch length as well. It's now at 3.5 instead of 2.5. Just as I work my way over this thickness, I think that will do a little bit better consistent stitch line. Now again, this darker green fabric is a knit, so it's shifting a little bit, which is why I'm having to adjust my presser foot as I sew, but with my needle in the down position, it's pretty easy to do. If you were doing this with a felt fabric, it would probably sew without shifting quite as much. So there you can see I have this edge down here and I've just pivoted here and I have a little back stitch here. So once I go in and trim these threads, it's a pretty clean stitch for the base of this headband. Then I'm just going to flip it around and I will finish stitching starting right where I had started the first time. And there is the second finished end side. And here you can see where we have both of those that start right next to each other. And then we can take our finished headband and tie it around the doll's head. And then once it's tied on, you can work to position it and pop all those petals up so that they're sticking out all the way around her face. All right, now it's your turn. I really hope that this has inspired you to create some really cute and adorable flower-themed costumes for your dolls. There's so much variety you can work into this simple idea. There's so many different types of flowers, color combinations, styles, and shapes of petals. It'll be really fun to see the types of flowers and designs that you create using this simple idea.